guys, I'm Hannah and you're watching Down Under. Thanks for hanging out with us again. Let's see what's coming up on today's episode.
Today's episode, we are going to debunk Australia's identity and the debate of our deranged stereotypes.
But what is identity? Identity is defined as the qualities, traits, beliefs and values that characterize someone or something. Certain factors can help influence a person's identity, such as their gender, culture, sexuality, nationality, family and their economic status. Identity is extremely important as it provides a person with a sense of belonging, which is vital to a person's self-esteem and well-being. Most people make connections with others who share mutual aspects of their identity. But identity isn't just about people. Our home, Australia, has an identity too. Australia's identity has previously been defined through social medias, impacting the rest of the globe's viewpoint on the typical Aussie lifestyle.
The stereotypical Australian is visioned to be a tan surfer grom with sun-kissed hair, wearing a cork hat, singlets, board shorts and a pair of flip-flops, having a spoonful of Vegemite for breakfast, riding their kangaroos to work as a tradesman, with a carton of beers and repeating every day. Stereotypically, the average Australian family is a heterosexual married couple with 2 children. They have a laid-back view of culture with no religion, and they play a sport, cricket, AFL or surf sports, and make about $900 a week per adult. They also regularly consume alcohol, typically a glass a day. They hold the values of mateship and democracy to a high regard.
Many of these views have been formed through social medias and famous iconic Australians, such as Steve Irwin. But today on Down Under, we are going to be finding out if these stereotypes are true or if some of them are false. Starting off, in 2019 to 2020, the most common workers were clerical and administrative and managers, not tradesmen. Therefore, this stereotype is false. On the other hand, the stereotype that Australian families are heterosexual, married and with 2 parents and 2 children is true, because over 80% of families live this lifestyle. The stereotype that Australians have a laid-back view of culture is partially true. The top 2 religious affiliations were no religion with 38.9% and 20% Catholic. Therefore, majority of Australians are non-religious, but a significant amount are Catholic or have other beliefs. We can see that the data from April 2012 proves that majority of Australians or their children play a sport. Of the 2.8 million children aged from 5 to 14, 1.7 million, that's 60% of them, participate in at least one organised sport outside of school hours. However, the most popular sport in Australia was actually outdoor soccer, not AFL, but it was followed by swimming/diving and surf sports. Average Aussie's personal income was $805 per week, not $900. This was an increase, however, from $662 in 2016. This data was taken from the adult population from 15 years to over 85 years, including those who were unemployed or retired.
1 in 4 Aussies of the legal drinking age exceeded the Australian adult alcohol guideline in the past 2 years. An interesting fact is that the people born in Australia were almost twice as likely as those born overseas to exceed the alcohol guideline. This was 30% compared to 17.3%. Australia has often been labelled the land of the fair go. Nearly 1 in 4 Australians, however, have regularly faced discrimination, from being denied a job, promotion, or refused a bank loan. They could either be discouraged from continuing their education or simply being treated with less courtesy and respect. The groups which are not given a fair go and face the highest levels of discrimination are the LGBTQ community, racial minorities, particularly Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders, or others with disabilities. Australia is a land of the fair go, but not for all. Australia values democracy and its rule of law and freedom. Australia has been a democracy since 1901. It is the world's 6th continuous democracy. The Australian democracy is important as they support our national strength and high-income economy, which provides an enduring basis for social and the economy's progress.
As a nation, we are very multicultural compared to others, with 61.7% of our population being born overseas. But the real question is, does multiculturalism promote or undermine a cohesive society? Multiculturalism seeks the inclusion of views and contributions of different ethnicities of a society, whilst respectfully acknowledging their differences. The nation's unity can also be negatively affected when people put themselves or others into ethnic or racial groups, instead of citizens of a common country like Australia. With previous statistics, it is clear that even in a place like Australia, certain members of our society are vulnerable to discrimination.
Multiculturalism promotes a stronger social cohesion. It exposes members to different cultures and perspectives. Multiculturalism also creates new innovations for business and the economy.
So let's go over what we learned today. Today we dove deeper into the meaning behind identity. We discussed what social media views today as the average Australian, and if they were true or false. And finally, we discussed our multicultural society. Well, that's it for today, but we'll be back next time with another episode. It's going to be mind-blowing, so make sure you tune in. We'll catch you later then. Bye!